What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matt Burrill, here to tell you guys about my friends from Big Friendly Productions. Now, they specialize in creating merchandise for bands, artists, and even lifestyle brands. With their in-house equipment, they can provide shirts, branded hats, and more, as well as some graphic design services. They offer order fulfillment to handle your online orders and ship your merch straight to your fans from their shop down in good old Birmingham, Alabama, baby. Now, whether you are getting your first shirt, you're just starting out, or you're going on a 40-show run, hit them up for all your merchandising needs. Check out their website, bigfriendlyproductions.com, or shoot them an email, merchandising@bigfriendlyproductions.com. Now, we're going to get into the episode. This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill. Also, make sure you guys like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them. And for more details and to get in touch with the rest of the familia, visit raisrowdy.com. Now, let's get into it. Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Today we have got a very special guest. We've got a kid who's been selling out shows across the Southeast. Somebody, when you think of Raise Rowdy and you think of Outside the Round and our branding and guys and girls that remind us of ourselves, this kid definitely comes to mind. We've got our good buddy Gavin Adcock with us today. Brother.
What's going on?
How are you doing? You gonna slide that a little closer right there?
Yeah.
My dude, how are you doing today? It's early.
Doing damn good, man. I kept you a little chill last night. I had a busy day coming up, so I didn't damn wake up in a strange place.
That's good. Yeah. What time do you usually get up in the morning?
I get up about 7:30 every morning.
Oh, really? So you are an early riser. You're late. Yeah. You stay up late and get up early.
Oh yeah.
Was there a reason for that? Just schedule of just getting up early? You're working kind of guy, or
I like
what?
drinking my coffee and writing songs in the morning.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. So you're a Georgia boy. Where in Georgia are you from again?
Right outside of Athens. It's called Watkinsville, Georgia.
Okay, nice. Yeah. There's a lot of history. We've had some good times in Athens. You were just down at 40 Watt, right?
Oh yeah.
How was that?
Great. Sold it out 2 weeks before we played.
Dude, that shit's not easy, especially in a college town like that. It can be very hit or miss. Now, was that your first time playing in Athens, doing a full ticket show like that?
I played the 40 Watt with the Castellos back in the spring, and we come about 40 tickets away from selling it out, and then this time we just hammered it and got it done.
Dude, that's got to be such a cool feeling.
Yeah, it's great.
The hometown shows especially, and you've been to a lot of the same venues that I've been to in my time on the road. Before I was doing Raise Rowdy full time, I was out on the road as a tour manager with Trey for the 3 years following Dick down in Dallas, and then I was out with the Muscadine Bloodline guys selling merch. So
yeah. I've
I've been through Anderson, I've been through Statesboro, God's country. I've been through Milledgeville, I've been through Tifton. A lot of these rooms that you're going into now and headlining and selling out and seeing that reaction, there's some of my favorite rooms, and there's some of my favorite memories are playing these clubs in the Southeast with the Peachtree folks and with the 65 South folks, and it's such a cool family for you to be a part of, and to have those guys backing you in a way and supporting you as it's really like a seal of approval in the Southeast.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Peachtree folks for helping me get all these concerts lined up. I couldn't do it without them. Bradley and Megan and Andrew Chatwood. He keeps me updated.
Old Chatwood.
Yeah. But I really appreciate them helping me get started. Me and Bradley been going to lunch now for about past 2 years, and just grew our relationship and started booking some shows.
That's awesome, man. What were shows like before you got to this level? Like, were you doing
I was playing at little 200 cap places for flat rate.
Yeah.
Just showing people I could put people in a building. And we weren't even selling tickets. We were just selling out. We were just packing out places people could come on in and listen. And then we started selling some tickets a little shortly after that.
Any Mexican restaurants?
No, I ain't playing no Mexican restaurants.
Okay.
I get too tore up at a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, you're a big margarita guy.
Oh, I'm a damn big-ass margarita guy. There's a place in Watkinsville called La Cabana. They're the shit. It's my favorite Mexican restaurant of all time.
Okay, we got some good Mexican joints up here in Nashville that we got to take you to. There's a place called Cinco de Mayo that's out in Hermitage.
Yeah.
And to me, not the best Mexican food. And I'm not a drinker anymore, so I can't speak to it. But all my friends that I go there with, especially old McElwain back there behind the camera, they get fucked up.
Yeah.
At Cinco de Mayo, them 2-for-1 margaritas.
Yeah.
People get tore up there. So so you're up here in town and doing things. Coming up here now, is this one of your first trips up here, or have you been coming up here for a while?
I've been coming up here for about 2 years. Probably about every 3 months I've been coming up here, and got some meetings today, meeting with some agents, and starting to really get the shows booked up coming up soon. Just got to decide on where I'm going, but I feel like I'm gonna be coming up here a lot more now.
Yeah.
I've been kind of skeptical of town for a little while.
I don't blame you, man.
I don't like the damn snakes and sharks, you know. I like to stick to myself for most of the time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and when you know what's working, especially your brand is very rowdy. It's authentic to who you are. You're a kid from Watkinsville, bro. Like you're from small town GA.
Yeah.
Just like the guys before you, just like the Brantley Gilberts, just like the John Langstons, just like the Colt Fords, the Travis Dennings, the Swindells. I mean, there's a long line of guys from Georgia. Have you had any kind of like relationships with any of those guys, or have you gotten to talk to any of those dudes, any of the forefathers?
I've been texting John Langston a little bit. Me and Cole Swindell went to the same college.
Oh, no shit.
So
Georgia
Southern.
Oh, so you went to Georgia Southern?
Hell yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you. Okay, so we could definitely talk about Statesboro, bro.
Yeah, I got some stories about Statesboro.
I got some stories too, bro. My first time down there was December of 2020, and it was 2 days after DDID came out, and I'd never been to Statesboro. And Trey and the guys had been a bunch. They used to do they had a residency there with Al and William and the crew down there. And it was booked as a cover show, but it ended up being a different kind of vibe with post DDID. And I remember just going into that room. I remember I was selling merch in that little corner. So like the stage is over here, and then there's like that wall with like the window for the food, and they had the merch. And I just remembered it just being crazy, because that was 2020. That was coming out of COVID. That place was fucking packed, and kids are throwing shit. It was just crazy, bro. There's no crowd like a Statesboro Blue Room crowd, brother.
I mean, I'm from right around Athens, and I partied in a few different damn towns, but there ain't a place that gets drunker earlier than Statesboro, Georgia. I played in front of 300 people in Statesboro, Georgia, and it is batshit crazy compared to Athens at 600 people in there.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Because the bars close an hour earlier, and they got to get drunk faster.
There's a clock.
Yep, there's a clock. 1 o'clock, they start kicking people out instead of like 2:30 and everywhere else.
Yeah, and you've had a good buddy of ours out with you recently. Landon Smith is like a little brother to us, brother.
Oh, yeah, dang.
And he's still living, he's not going to school anymore, but he's still living in Statesboro.
Yeah, he's living Statesboro dream. He told me the other weekend, he said, there ain't a damn atmosphere to write a good party song like Statesboro, Georgia. And I said, damn, that's right. I've lived that.
Yeah, there's a reason that Luke and Dallas and Cole and Trey Landon and Dilmar, there's a reason those guys have written the songs that they have coming out of that area. And there's a reason you're writing the songs and putting out the music you're putting out coming up out of Statesboro and having those experiences. And I remember going to parties after shows in Statesboro and ending up at a house or two, and having a guy that was, I forget his name, but there was like a guy that drove us he was one of the pledges, and he drove us to a house party. I had his dog sitting on my lap. It was crazy.
It's probably out in Burkhalter.
Yes, yeah, it was out there.
That's where I live.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's Burkhalter like?
I never wanted to live in a neighborhood ever, but if you're a country ass person and you want to live in a neighborhood, I mean, Statesboro, Georgia's the place. It's the most redneck, trashy neighborhood you've ever seen in your life. Like, they'll pick a dead deer up on the side of the road, put it on the Burkhalter sign, tie a little get well soon balloon on that damn thing. And there's dead animals laying around and beer bottles, and they'll have big ass inflatable water slides and giant ass like 1,000, 2,000 people at a party out there. It's just
Yeah. So did you play the frat circuit at all down there? I'm sure the frat parties have
I think I played 2 shows for Kappa Sig, And then I'm gonna play one in the spring for. I can't remember what.
Yeah, one of the three Greek letters.
I don't know.
In there.
I don't know what the Greek letters stand for.
I don't either, bro. I didn't do the whole fraternity thing, and I went to college in New Jersey, and the college up there we only had like 2 fraternities. It's a whole different world in the Southeast, bro. Like all these college towns are so different. I mean, and they all have some character to them. Like Statesboro is its own fucking its own vibe.
Yes.
Athens is its own vibe. Millie's its own vibe. Tifton is its own vibe. But you've got Milledgeville and Tifton coming up. And you familiar with those 2 places? You've been there, through there before?
Yeah, I've never been in Milledgeville to the Capitol or Ned Kelly's or whatever.
Kelly's,
yeah, Ned Kelly's now. But I've been to Terminal South and Tifton, and me and Bradley were talking about ticket sales down there, and I was like, I'm gonna sell that damn place out.
Yeah,
there's a crowd down there. Listen, we sold it out last week, but then Milledgeville's only got a couple hundred tickets left. It's gonna be sold out by Friday.
That's freaking awesome, dude. Like it's got to be crazy for you now. It's like cuz you're 23, 24?
24.
To 24. Yeah. And how long have you been like has it always been kind of like a dream for you to do this music thing or like
I always just wrote a few songs when I was in high school. I probably had like 3 songs I wrote. And then this is what takes me down to Georgia Southern. I played football down there.
Oh, okay.
And
it makes sense looking at you. Where were you playing on the field?
Nose guard.
Okay, yeah.
I was in the war.
Yes, yeah. So for those that don't know, nose guard is a position that you do not fuck with. That is the guy. To me, it's the fullback of the defense. It's the guy that's getting hit every damn play.
It's a train wreck.
Your job is to be a rock and just create as much clusterfuck as possible.
Hell yeah! So I went and tore my knee up that spring. You're gonna like this story. I don't know if you know the story at all, but I tore my knee up in the spring. Was gonna be on the couch 6 weeks. I said, you know what? I'm gonna lose my damn mind. I'm not an inside person. I'm gonna start writing songs. So I busted out 6 songs in the first 2 weeks, and I was like, damn, I kind of like this. My buddy that plays acoustic guitar for me, I'm just a half-ass guitar player. I play on some songs, but I got a buddy of mine that his family was in bluegrass, and he plays acoustic for me most of the time. When he come over and we played a little bit on a song, he said, this is really good, man. I said, we ought to get in the studio and cut it. And got drunk one night, woke up, went to the studio, cut the song. First time we ever been in there. We let it out in August. I was going to be back for game 4, and at Georgia Southern, we'd get on these school buses, and we'd ride around the campus to the frats every game day. And this wasn't the first time anybody had done this, but this is the first time it went viral.
Yeah.
And it was my first game back, and I was surfing the bus riding by campus, and a dude I knew, it wasn't planned or anything. He just flashed me a beer, tossed it up there, and I hosed it. We played the game. We were 1-2 at the time, and we lost the game to Louisiana Lafayette. And coaching staff, the athletic department, everything was just in flames, like in any program when shit's hitting the fan.
Yeah.
So they suspended me.
Oh.
For a week. It was just suspended indefinitely. And They took me back to the meeting room the next week and was like, look, dude, I know you got music and stuff going on, but if you want to be on this team, you got to quit posting your music.
Oh.
So I said, well, I guess I'm fucking going, because I ain't sticking around for us to win 2 more games, beat my body up, and quit my career that I've already got a jump start on.
Yeah.
And then they just they put it on the news and they spiced it up that I got kicked off. I was like, well, I just basically told them that I wasn't going to stop living my dream because y'all's job was looking like shit right now. So quit that. Got a still frame of the video of me chugging the beer on the bus. I can send y'all the video as well. And the next song I let out was called Rowdy Southern Saturday.
Yep.
And I put the picture of me chugging the beer on the bus on there. That was kind of the last fuck y'all out the door. Watch this. I'm about to be something big. But, yeah, but damn, all my boys still play down in Georgia Southern. I still support them real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of them's graduated. I've been out about 2 years now, so there's only a couple I know still back there.
Dude, that's wild, man. And when I see obviously you do a really good job with your content, whether that's you in the crowd hosing a beer at a football game, or that's stuff that our boy Will's capturing, or any of your other buddies that are out there that come out on the road with a camera and capture video of. Your moment at Wendell's was just fucking legendary, bro. It made me just feel so fucking good inside. Made me want to run through a wall, because Wendell's is a place we've had some history at. When I was out with Trey, went through there twice, and one of the shows we ran into an issue, and the show had to kind of end because overcapacity and the time that it was happening and stuff. And it was just a chaotic moment, and I've had lots of good times there. And to see you I was like, he's at Wendell's. And I saw you doing that. I'm like, those Anderson kids are eating that shit up. And I'm like, I like this kid. And that's one of the moments where I was like, I really want to get this Gavin kid on the podcast. Because I'm like, this kid gets it. Like, dude, like, you putting out a fucking dart on your arm, bro, inside Wendell's, man? What was that moment? Like, what happened?
We're pretty liquored up.
Yeah, it's Wendell's, bro. Yeah, of course you were.
And and that was the only place on my tour that I didn't sell out. We were shy about 100 and something tickets and some change.
Yeah, New Market.
And and it's out in the middle of the damn country. It's 15 minutes from each side of town, Anderson or Hartwell.
Yeah.
So some dude threw me a cigarette, and some dude was like, smoke it. So I lit it up, and I was like, we're selling this motherfucker out next time. So I put it out on my fucking arm right here. I can't pull it up, but it's right there. It's healing up good. I've got some Cherokee Indian in me, so I got some of that tough skin.
Yeah.
I'm a 16th Cherokee, so it's going to heal up real nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
That to me, like, when people ask me, so what do you think of this? What do you think of this Gavin Adcock kid? I say that you remind me a lot of John. You remind me a lot of a good friend of ours out in Texas, Co Wetzel.
Yeah.
In terms of just the vibe and the attitude, and it's something refreshing that people relate to. Not just college kids, but people like real shit. People like that you're singing about heartbreak. People like that you're singing about moments that they can relate to. Like you're in the same headspace, especially coming out of COVID. People are hungry for real shit right now.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of music that you're putting out, and that's the kind of show that you're giving folks all across the Southeast. And that to me is why it's working. That's why you're packing out Proud Larry's. That's why you're packing out fucking Zydeco. That's why you're doing all these historic rooms in the South. Like it's cool, man. It's just the start of it. Like I'm excited to see where the hell it's gonna go. I mean, did you think it was gonna happen this quickly, that you'd be selling out shows fall of 2023 or summer of 2023?
When we started booking these handful of shows, I mean, I knew I'd sell out Athens. I figured we'd sell out Tifton easily. Milledgeville would sell out. And but I didn't know shit about Oxford, Mississippi or Birmingham. I was like, well, it's about a 300 cap venue. Hopefully we get it full. I mean, it sold out damn quick. I had people hit me up like, can you get me in? Get me in? I was like, I done put 25 people on the list. This venue hates me for putting all these people on the list. But no, I didn't really know that we'd sell that many tickets. But
that's freaking awesome. What are you traveling around in right now? What's the situation of the?
I bought a 2018 Heartland Trail Runner camper 2 weeks ago.
You bought a camper?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going all in. I didn't know if you were doing the van thing or the SUV thing or what you guys were rolling around in right now.
I've just seen some green rooms that really sucked, and I figured if I bought one less hotel room per night, we'd save a little money.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty nice camper. I hauled cows before I really dove into music, so I bought a truck in January. It's 2021 F350, and I still haul some cows from time to time, just a little quick money when I ain't got nothing going on. But I pull it and haul it down there myself wherever we going.
With the guys in the band in the camper?
No, they ain't in the camper.
See, I've never done like the hauling the camper thing. I've driven like RVs and obviously done like the van thing and been fortunate enough to go out in a bus and do all that. But I didn't know if people like ride in the back when the campers
you don't want to ride back in that jumping ass camper going down the highway in Mississippi, them sorry ass roads.
Oh, bro, the Mississippi roads suck, dude. That drive out to Starkville and out to Oxford, bro, those roads, and it's just, you got like packs of wild dogs on the sides of the road. You got potholes for days. Like, it looks like a freaking meteor came down or a fucking asteroid came down and put a hole in the road. It's crazy, man. Mississippi's a whole nother animal, dude.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I love it down there. There ain't no people.
Yeah, dude, but the people that are there love country music.
They're animals. They like this brand of music that we got putting on.
Yeah, dude, they do. They really do, and they always kind of have. But they were looking for the new blood to bring it out, and that's what you're fucking doing.
Hell yeah! I feel like everybody wants to be cookie cutter country artists all the time, and dying to sign a record label, dying to dive into some bullshit. And I just want to write songs that make people fucking cry, or damn smile from ear to ear, or damn just want to just hose a beer.
Yeah, what's the Gavin Adcock crowd like at these shows? I know it's been a lot of college kids, but I'm sure you got a lot of dudes out there. I'm sure you got a lot of women out there too. It's a mixture. Yeah. It's a mixture of.
It's a good mixture.
Both.
It's probably 65, 35 guys to girls. In Oxford, there was maybe 6 chicks at the whole concert.
Really?
Because all the sorority girls couldn't go out until midnight that night, and I was worried about that. I was like, damn, I don't know if we'll be able to damn sell it out, but next time we'll be. I love Proud Larry. It's a good time, but we can't play there anymore.
Bro, the how intimate that room is and how tight it gets.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to the Will, like content there, trying to do content there, trying to tour manage there, trying to sell merch there is a damn crusade. Like that, it's one of those rooms where they're like Zydeco, you have a barricade. 40 watt, like there's barricades.
Yeah.
There's that little bit of breathing room that you have, and I know you get right up in there in the crowd, and that's what you do, and that's part of the show. So those shows where there's not a barricade and it feels like a frat show. It's a ticketed show, but it feels like a damn frat party in there, bro.
Yeah, damn Will was elbow to elbow with some chicks over there trying to get some film. He couldn't move in there, so he just shot some good pictures. And
yeah. What do you do when you're not doing music? You said you came.
I live on a cattle farm.
Okay.
Yeah, we run about 700 head of cattle, and I've kind of eased away from that a little bit, but when I got out of college, I was just running off of the rest of my savings and recording up as many songs as I could. So I'd have a studio session on Friday, and I'd hawk out 4 days out of the week to hopefully make enough money to pay for the damn studio session and blow it all on the weekend, hopefully have $100, $200 to go out and just get absolutely drunk as shit on Saturday night and then start over again, write some more during the week, haul some cows at night.
Yeah, what's your drink of choice what's on the Gavin Adcock rider right now? Do you have a rider?
Jack and Miller every time, but if I'm drinking some fancy liquor, I like Woodford.
Okay,
I can just down some Woodford. We finish about a fifth of Jack every show.
Yeah, my
bass player, he's from right around Anderson, South Carolina. He's wild as hell. He's played with Ashland Craft and a couple other people. I can't think of the names right now, but he's about 30, and damn,
so you got a wide age gap in between.
Oh yeah, my youngest player, he just moved up to Nashville. He just turned 23, and then we got Quentin and Tyler Galloway. Tyler Galloway?
Yeah, we know Tyler Galloway real well.
He played on the first 2 shows, missed the next 2, but he's back on them this weekend with us, and he likes to party too. Hell yeah! But they're just some older veteran guys that jumped on with us, and
they've done it before with a guy who was doing what you were doing, but from the state of Alabama. Very similar kind of vibe. Is it wild to kind of be in that scene and be coming up the way that you've seen guys like Riley, Luke, Muscadine, Trey, like people come up out of that scene to now be in that world? Like
crazy.
You were at one point going to these shows and watching.
I went to watch Riley Green for $10 at it wasn't the Blue Room. It was called the Burrill, and I'd never been in the Burrill. We used to go to Rusty Tavern, Shenanigans, and Dingus, and then the Burrill was just not ran very well. And we went and saw Riley Green for $10. I damn loved it. He was in the same exact spot that I was in. He sold it out, and Went and saw Co in Savannah back in like 2018 or 19.
Was that at Saddlebags?
No,
or was that
at
Barrel House?
It wasn't at Barrel House. It wasn't at Saddlebags. It was at some place. I don't even think he sold it out. But dang, it was like there was probably 400 or 500 people in there. It's just this little shed in the ghetto. It was kind of crazy, but it was a good time. And like, I mean, yeah, I was listening to Riley and Co and Parker McCullum a lot, and then just my old country mix. I like listening to a lot of damn Coulter Wall though.
Yes, I like Coulter Wall a lot too.
Yeah.
That traditional stuff, and there's that movement going through right now of that traditional stuff. Like there's a lot of guys and girls throwing about, even on the female side, folks like May Estes and people that are bringing back on the female side. That it's a really cool time to be in country music right now because you can really kind of do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, damn. It's not that early 2000s Nashville sound where everybody's just tuned up. Like, there's literally people, I've literally contemplated, I've cut a damn demo on my phone, went to the studio, and thought I liked the phone demo better than the studio version, and I've literally contemplated letting it out. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, well,
this shit'll sell. It'll do good.
I mean, you look at what Zach Bryan just did, putting out a very stripped down and by Nashville standards sloppy record, but look at the numbers that it did.
Yeah.
It was fucking massive, and you see like our buddy Austin Snell, who's kind of in a similar vein to you, where he likes to rock it a little bit. He's a Georgia boy as well. A little bit of a different path than what you're doing because he did the military thing, was out west for a while, but like he put out where it was all like kind of like work tape style stuff with a little bit of production on it, but there's lots of options. You can really do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Yeah, I really don't have a style. I've got anything from soft and sweet and hard and strong and damn all in between. I got some stuff that's a little Nashville, damn a little Western. I mean, we got about 20. We're about to drop our 23rd song next week. It's called Tore Me Up. And
your 23rd song. You put out 23 songs already
in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been giving them singles about once a month.
Wow.
But
and where have you been recording these things at?
Full Moon Studio in Watkinsville, Georgia, my hometown. Just stumbled across them, emailed them. They emailed me back and got in there about a month later. Laid down the first track, and we've been in there ever since. I don't think I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, dude. I mean, hey, if it's working, it's working for you, bro. And then for you, so you talked about going to see Co. Going to see Riley. What was your first? You remember your first concert
Ever?
Yeah.
Tim McGraw concert.
Bro, that's mine too. No shit.
I watched it. I think it's called Lakewood Amphitheater now, but it used to be called Aaron's Amphitheater.
Yep. Down there in Atlanta, right?
Yeah. It was. I don't know. I might have been 8.
I was 8 when dude, that's fucking crazy. I was 8 years old when I saw my first Tim McGraw. And this was, I'm a little older than you. So we're not that old. We're 4 years apart. I remember seeing Tim McGraw. It was back when he was still drinking. It was back when Tim McGraw wasn't. He didn't have any openers. He was doing like what guys like Eric Churchill do, where it's just them. Yeah. And they'll play for like 2.5 hours. It was back when Real Good Man and all that stuff was coming out, like 2003.
I remember him coming out there. He was in like a white T-shirt, a cowboy hat, and a damn vest. He said, "I don't know about y'all, but here in Atlanta, Georgia, we don't put up with no fucking bullshit." And
Hosscat Tim McGraw.
Hell yeah!
You've seen us comment that on the post.
Hell
right?
Yeah, I've seen you.
So do you know what a Hosscat is? Because you look in the mirror, that'll be a Hosscat. So a Hosscat to me is a guy or girl that just has a lot of personality. It's just a hoss, just someone that'll tends to enjoy drinking, tends to enjoy smoking, known to have some fun after a show, known to somebody you don't fuck with, but somebody just a personality like Co Wetzel, Hosscat, Paul Cawthon, Hosscat. Like they have their style and they're unapologetically themselves. So you are kind of at this next generation of Hosscats, if you will. Like you're somebody that I know. If I was out here in town and we were out at and I bumped into you at Red Door at like 11 o'clock at night, I'm like, shit, I ain't getting home till 4 a.m. And even though I don't drink, I'm like, I just know I'm gonna be out with this guy. Like it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a party. Yeah,
I lit up a bowl before I got in the Uber before I come over here. And now the Uber was like, it kind of smells funny in here. I was like, I don't know, man. Put me in a piece of gum.
Dude, wait till you get to the legal states.
Yeah,
wait till you get around,
yeah,
bro.
I'm ready. Will wants to come with me to the legal states. He's like,
He's been out there. I mean, he's been out there with the king of Western marijuana music himself, Mr. Tyler Halverson, who's a really good friend of the program too, brother. And that's what I'm excited for you to get out of the Southeast. I mean, I think it's crucial to keep to have like your bases are like Statesboro and Athens, and then just growing the circles to where you get into Savannah, to where you go west, you get into Milledgeville, you get into Columbus, you cross the border, go into Birmingham, go into Auburn, go to Rome, do all those, and it's just growing the circle the same way that the 4-wheel drive guys, the same way that Langer and Trav and Cole and JR and Jordan Rager, JR and Brantley and all the guys before you, the same path they took, where it's just growing the circles, crossing over to Carolina, crossing over to Alabama, crossing over from Alabama to that pothole-filled Mississippi, you know?
Hell yeah. Something about Bradley Jordan, he knows. He makes sure we don't miss any steps. He's been affiliated with most of them guys you were talking about, just booking them in their hometown, selling that out, booking their college town, selling that out, moving around to little different places, and then just not jumping to places that are too big right off the bat, and then just building the fan base. And then Luke Combs, Hardy,
Muscadine he was very involved with.
Hell yeah.
Riley was very involved with. Was around for a lot of our post DDID stuff with Trey. Still is, and that's what I'm saying. Like, those guys don't just mess around with anybody. Like it's a real approval. And we're gonna be at a festival together coming up here in about a month.
River Jam?
Rome River Jam. Ray's Rowdy will be there. Yeah. We're there. We're gonna be doing events with fans out there in the festival grounds and the fairgrounds. Going to be doing content with all kinds of people. And Rome, Georgia, have you been there yet? Have you been through Rome?
I've been through Rome.
Have you done the Brew House or Peaches?
Nope,
it's
but
called
I ain't
now?
never played. I ain't never played in Rome yet.
Yeah,
but
Peach. Like, Rome just has this energy to it because it's so close to the Alabama line and because it's so close to that lower East Tennessee line. It's very much a proud Georgia town. It's got a town square just like Tifton does, just like Valdosta does, just like Columbus does. Like, has that feel to it. But those folks out there just get wild, just good-hearted, red-blooded, blue-collar. That's the thing. You got to say red-blooded and blue-collar. And that to me is Rome, Georgia, man. That lineup, that's got to be big for it to be on a festival like that. Have you done other festivals and stuff, or is that kind of your first one?
I hadn't, but I'm working on getting some more, and Bradley's helping me get on some more. And he was like, "You want to play on Rome River Jam?" I was like, "Hell yeah,
dude!" That's a big one. The history of that festival, like, you can't talk about much, like a lot of things that Bradley and those folks have touched. You can't talk about country music the last 10 to 15, even 20 years without talking about places like Rome River Jam. It's a spot where there's just so much history. Like, you look at what, like, the Luke Combs of the world, the Hardys, the Muscadines, the John Langstons, like the people that have come up from when that festival started to where it is now. And now you've got, like, there's big names on that fucking thing. It's a big 2-day premiere festival. It's and you tie that in with other events like the rodeo events that are going on. Like, you've got Georgia Rodeo and Auburn Rodeo, which we're planning to be at in a few weeks. Like, it's a big deal to get that shot this early in your career. Like, that's a big fucking deal, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna see all kinds of folks. I think what's gonna surprise you is how many. I'm sure you see it right now on the headlining at the club and bar level. The people that are gonna know your songs at this festival, like, that are gonna be belting back the words to you, that's gonna be a moment for you, man. And I'm very excited that we're gonna get to be there to watch that, dude.
Hell yeah, I'm doing excited.
Have you done a writer's round yet?
I did one at Live Oak with Nothing Fancy one time, but
so that was like last.
And then
I
played Whiskey Jam about a month ago.
Yeah, dude. I'd love to get you on one of ours that we do, because we do Sundays and we do Tuesdays at Live Oak, and they're fun. The rowdy rounds, we put a case of beer up there, or we put a cooler full of beer up there. So we provide some beverages and get crazy in there in Live Oak, man, because it's cool. Now, do you have any intentions of getting up here full time? Or not quite yet? I don't feel like you need to. I don't feel like you need to. Everything is in Georgia.
It's been posting like hell on TikTok, posting like hell on Instagram. Just I like writing by myself. I probably write 95% of what I let out just strictly by myself.
Yeah.
And then, but I've done a few writes. When we wrote Deep End, I wrote it with 3 other guys. I was driving over there. My damn truck I've drove from high school, engine blew up. It was on the side of the road. My brother come pick me up, dropped me off at buddy's house. Smoked a little bit, started writing this one song. And then my buddy Jack Routon, he goes to UGA. He's about to graduate coming up in the spring. He started playing the tune to Deep End. I said, "What the hell you playing?" He freestyled out a little bit of the first line, and then he was like, "I'm just kidding." I said, "No, you fucking ain't." I said, "Play that shit again." And we wrote that thing in like 30 minutes, and I wrote it with him, Eli Kane, and Will Slater. Will Slater and Eli Kane are local Athens artists that are working on getting on the come up. But yeah those just kind of happened real quick.
Yeah, dude. There's a big. I mean, there's always a scene coming out of the South. There's always guys and girls from the big 3, as I call it. I mean, I guess you call the Carolinas too, but like your Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. There's just always a flock of artists coming out of there. And some folks move to town, but other folks stay put and dominate those scenes, and then get to a point to where the whole scene up here needs to have an eye on them because of the numbers that they're doing down there. And you can't deny social following, streaming, and ticket sales. You really can't deny ticket sales. Yeah. Like, you're selling out rooms that some acts up here in Nashville can't sell out. Like, that's crazy. That's huge.
My mindset was just, I don't want to need Nashville. I want Nashville to need me. So they'll come get me when I'm
well, it sounds like they're coming and knocking, bro.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's happening. What was I gonna say? For you now, are there other artists that you've got? Like, obviously, like, you've got Landon out, you had Vincent out, like, you've got some homies, the Castellos. What are the Castellos girls like? Because I haven't met them, but they are dominating social media.
They're the most down-home country girls you ever met in your life. They're pure souls. I mean,
was it weird doing a show with them then when you say that? Because they're like pure, like that. That's an opposite vibe. Yeah, it's like a yin and yang.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out pretty good. I mean, we sold some good tickets, but I mean, they were cool. They hung out, and like, I don't think any of them are old enough to drink, so they just hung out and went up there and played for like an hour, and then I went on and did my thing, and they're really cool though.
Yeah, but like, there's all these guys and girls coming out of Georgia right now, and you're kind of at the forefront of this next generation of like the post-COVID sound out of Georgia, and like you have it. But when I saw that Landon was opening those shows for you, I was like, fuck yeah, this is cool, because Landon to me has a sound that the South hasn't really heard. Just like you have a sound that someone like, it reminds me a lot of the I don't give a fuck what you think of me attitude that the guys in Texas have. That the Coes, the Dylan Wheelers, the Colby Coopers, the Pecos Hurleys and the Rooftops, and like that whole crew. There's nobody in the South has really done that or done it right.
That was my kind of mindset. I don't really sit down and say I want to write this style of song. I just pick up the guitar. I just kind of freestyle, and I don't care about being on the radio. To me, the radio's dying. The record label's going to have to make a big-ass change to start signing artists like me. Because, I mean, I've got a couple record labels sent to me.
Yeah.
And it's some bullshit so far. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you 18% of your stream revenues and this and that. I'm like, so you're going to have to grow me 82% for me to be making what the fuck I make now? I was like, no, you kiss my fucking ass. I cannot do that. That's all I'm saying. That's some bullshit. That's some early 2000s. You need us because we got to put you on the radio. But that shit's not the case anymore. I ain't never signing until they take that out of the clause.
Yeah.
You might take none of my damn streams for that. I'm just like... Or like, let me take 10% of every dollar you make. I'm like, no, that ain't being in there either. I just won't sign.
It's a different time. It's a different time from what it was even just pre-COVID. You go back 3-4 years ago, it's different now than it was.
Yeah, well, they're trying to squeeze the rest of that out until, I mean, there's a bunch of people that get off a record label. They're like, where do I sign? And I'm like, you didn't read that shit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be locked in for 5 albums. I don't want your $250,000 loan for this album. Or they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you this bonus.
Recoupable, man. The R word. Recoupable.
We about to pay that back in a little while. Or if album 1 does really well, but album 2 doesn't do really well, you don't get paid for album 2.
There's a lot of pressure. Why not just keep throwing out singles and putting out things that you want to do and give your fans what they want?
Yeah, albums are ass for somebody like me. Why would I let out 14 brand new songs at one time and go, boom, here it is, and then just struggle to keep the writing coming? Or I can let out a song a month, write 5 or 6 new ones to have a surplus, and then every time somebody sees Country Pickens or Country Central's post or any of these other smaller people that are posting that country music's out, see my name every month, once a month, maybe twice a month if I want to let out 2.
You've done a really good job getting your name out there, and that's kind of where I first started. I was like, damn, this kid's putting out a lot of music. I thought he just put out a song last month.
Hell yeah, try to let one out every month.
Yeah, it's like why stop? We've had all kinds of weird. As we don't normally record in the morning. We had the damn leaf blower out there earlier. We got something going on out there. There's all kinds of shit going on in this apartment and stuff. So where in Nashville have you gotten have you had any nights out on Broadway? Have you done that?
Yeah, I've went and I knew a couple people that I went and sang a few songs with them at the damn Lucky Bastard.
Oh, the Lucky Bastard.
And the first time I ever come up here, I was with this guy named Michael Smith. He's from Augusta, Georgia. And we were at Country Central. And
Honky Tonk Central.
Yeah.
Yes, the one that's the one across.
Honky Tonk Central is what it's called, yeah. And he was drunk. He said, you son of a bitches, I got $100. Let my buddy Gavin sing a song. He threw it in the bucket and we got up there and I said, I'm Gavin Adcock. I'm from Georgia. This is my song, Ain't No Cure. We about to sing it. My buddy, he plays guitar for me. We jumped up there and we sang it. And then the next week, Nashville was like my 3rd biggest city for streams. I was like, hell yeah, one song up there helped out a little bit. But yeah, I went and partied on Broadway, and I really like Midtown, like Red Door, Winners, Losers. I like Germantown.
Germantown? What's great about Germantown? What do you like about out there?
I don't know. They got this little burger place where I like to go at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Jack Brown's.
Yeah, Jack Brown's.
Shout out, no free ads, but Jack Brown's, we love you. Yeah, dude, that is a good spot. They've got a few locations, and they've got one down in Birmingham too. Next time you're in Alabama,
really?
They've got a few throughout Alabama as well.
It's a good drunk burger.
It's a good stone burger too. I can't talk about being drunk, but when I got the munchies, man, there's something about the fact when any place that you can get mac and cheese on a burger, it's just fucking wild, dude. And their sauce is really good. They got a good drink selection for folks that do that. You ever had their fried Oreos?
No,
bro.
Next time,
bro. Those fried
maybe
Oreos.
Tonight.
Dude, maybe not. I got my fantasy football draft tonight. But maybe after that I might have to head over to I wanted to say Zach Brown's, but Jack Brown's. So what's coming up for the rest of the show? I know we got this weekend. What's been the favorite show so far of this run that you've done? Because this run seems like it's been a huge step for you in your career.
I mean, I loved Athens, and Anderson was a good time. I would have really loved to sell that one out. I was pissed that we didn't sell that one out.
There's next time, brother.
There's next time for sure. It's happening. But I don't know. We played our probably like 3rd most popular song in Birmingham first. That's what we've been playing. And we've been playing. It's called "It's True."
Yeah.
And I don't know. I had an out-of-body experience when I ran on that stage and everybody was singing it. Like, it was just like, damn, this is crazy.
There's something about those low ceilings in Zydeco.
Yeah.
And that crowd just feels on top of you. And the history of that room, like John Mayer's played in that room. Like, so many metal bands over the years have come up through that. Like, they did a 65 South festival at that location, outside and inside. Like, there's just so much history in that building. And I feel like it's one of those places. I even felt it selling merchandise in there or just going to a show there. You feel the the ghosts of that room and that energy. So to have a moment like that, first song in, you come out on stage and the boys are jamming and the crowd knows what's up.
Yeah,
that's a moment.
It was
bro.
crazy. I mean, I had chills singing it, and then we got done with that first song, and I was like hyperventilating a little bit. I let my acoustic guitar player play the intro like 3 times, and the next song I was breathing. I was like, I was like, I'll come in when I catch my breath.
Yeah.
But that was great. Speaking of John Mayer, he recorded his first EP in the studio that I recorded in.
Really? Mm-hmm. No shit.
Yep, him and Megan Maroney cut some demos in there when she was at UGA, and Sugarland started in there. There's one more I'm missing, but
no shit.
It's a historic Athens studio. It's in Watkinsville, but it's just part of like the Athens studios.
Yeah, dude, that's freaking sick. That's really cool. What is so I'm gonna have you make your case right now. And I know you played at Southern and you've got ties down there, but you're a Bulldogs fan. You're a UGA guy.
I grew up a dog.
You're Go Dogs. You're part of the big Georgia base in country music. What makes game day in Athens better than game day anywhere else?
The bar scene. What's really pissing me off about Georgia football right now is we have one night game, and it was against UT Martin, and then the rest of them are 12 o'clock, 3:30 kickoffs. I'm like, can we have a 7 o'clock kickoff around here? So everybody, when you have a night game, I mean, there's 80 bars in the span of a mile. It's the most bars in the span of a mile on the planet.
Yeah, it's bigger than here in Nashville.
Yeah.
We got a ton of bars here.
Yeah, and I mean, I just like it. A night game. When I was a redshirt freshman, I'd drive back, and I wasn't playing. I went on like away weekends. Georgia was at home. I'd come back and we'd go drink at the bars and get us a ticket and go to the game at night, and it would just be a damn good atmosphere. Or if you like the Tennessee game last year, we went to General's and watched it in there, and we got there at like lunchtime, and we left at about 2:30 in the morning. We didn't leave that place. It was Jesus.
That's wild.
I felt like shit the next day. But
what is the Gavin Adcock hangover cure? How do you get over them? Because
I definitely smoke a little weed.
Okay, little hippie speedball in the morning. Yeah, shout out our friend Ben Chapman.
Hell yeah, but yeah, hit a little bowl. Usually I'm real dehydrated, so as soon as I can start pissing consistently is when I start feeling better. I mean, I'll wake up, take a dehydrated piss, and then be hours. I'll be drinking water, and then I finally start going good, and the hangover start dying. But I like eating something greasy in the morning. But there's a good IV place in Athens. If you go and you every time you go for the first time, it's $70, and the next time it's $90. So I've been going in there telling them different names for a little while.
What name? What are your? What's an alias? What's an alias for you? Like
my name's Tom Ace.
Tom Ace.
Tom Ace. Like off a damn Ace Ventura Pet Detective.
Yeah.
Or like James Woods. Or
James Woods, yeah. James Woods.
Yeah, first time I was Gavin, but the next time I was somebody else, and try to save me $20 on the IV. Those help a lot. There's one, I was like, first time I went there, I was like, yo, I got a terrible hangover. What y'all got? And they were like, we got this IV bag called the Jose. And I get that every time. They got
the Jose.
Yes, for nausea and everything. But I don't have a lot of hangovers, though.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Your body's adjusted. You've built up a good thing. Yeah, you've built up that your body knows what's up. You know, it knows on the weekends that you got to go to work. It's part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's part of it. So what would your dream venue be to go and play?
I really want to play. I mean, I'm going to play the Georgia Theater coming up in probably the late spring. I'm going to sell it out. Just nice hometown. Sell out at the Georgia Theater. I mean, I've been to tons of concerts there.
Yeah.
And That's awesome. I'd love to play at Red Rocks one day.
Everybody says Red Rocks.
Billy Bob's.
Billy Bob's is.
I want to make it to Texas so bad.
Dude, you would love. Texas would love. I don't know who would love who more. You loving Texas or Texas loving you?
Hell yeah.
Texas is another animal, dude. I've had really good experiences out there, being out there with Trey and Gary and Charlie. Billy Bob's is interesting though. I love Billy Bob's. The food there, fantastic. They give you like a meal ticket, bro.
Yeah.
And I got lucky. I ended up with 2 meal tickets when I was out there with Gary and Charlie. So I got 2. I got to help them for brisket after loadout. I had a tray of brisket waiting for me. But it's interesting because it's so, you don't realize how big it is. It is the world's biggest honky tonk. But the crowd is usually sitting at picnic tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. The crowd sits down, and it's a different kind of vibe. The Texas vibe is very different from the Southern vibe. That was my biggest thing when I went out there is most of the time they're sitting, and then they get up and they dance if they like the song, and then and then as soon as the song ends, they go and sit down, and then you play the next song. But then there's the side of Texas that's the co-Wetzel world where it's very similar to South. It's a rock show,
yeah,
you know, and I think that's how you would be received out there. And I can't wait to hear about you playing Tumbleweed in Stillwater, Oklahoma. I can't wait to hear about you playing Mavericks down there in Buda and Pflugerville and all those. There's some fun clubs. You're gonna wreak some havoc out there, bro.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that shit.
Yeah, me too.
Is Georgia winning the national title this year?
I hope so. They played pretty vanilla.
Yeah, I thought they were going to play better, but I feel like they played a little.
Kirby Smart's not going to let everybody think they're too damn good. They also have Mike Bobo running the plays again, which Georgia fans have a real love-hate relationship with Mike Bobo because he was there from I want to say 01. I mean, he played at Georgia, and then he was offensive coordinator from 01 to 14, maybe.
Wow, so he was there for the whole Mark Richt era.
The whole Mark Richt era, and I was at the game. I went in the student section.
I saw the content. I make sure that I watch all the reels and TikToks you put out. I'm like, what is he going to do next? I love that shit. Yeah, I saw you were in the student section and everything, but who do they got this week? Do you know? It's
somebody's sorry.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's like Ball State or some shit.
Yeah, they play all these.
Georgia's got a terrible. They have a good schedule for them, but they don't play anybody.
Their strength of schedule is very low this year.
Yeah, I mean, if they lose to some sorry team, they're not going to look very good because they don't have anything to back it up when they beat somebody down the road. I mean, I don't know. They got a good chance. I'm just interested to see how Carson Beck plays when in a big game or a game that's got a little bit better competition than UT Martin.
His first SEC game is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, first drive of the game, he had somebody wide open, missed a deep ball. I was like, damn.
Yeah, you're like, Stetson would have hit that.
Stetson would have hit that, and I'm gonna be honest, I was a Stetson hater.
I never saw the hype with him personally.
No, but then he just kept doing it, you know, and then. After they won the first natty, I was a damn Stetson fan. I was like, this guy's got it.
Yeah, a lot of babies named Stetson now in the state of Georgia, I'm sure. A lot of Stetsons and a lot of Bennetts.
A lot of Bennetts, yeah.
A lot of Bennetts. You like other sports besides football, too? You a big baseball guy?
Braves fan. Went to a Braves game a few weeks ago. They beat the Mets. The Mets are sorry as hell.
The Mets are real bad. See, I'm a big Yankees fan. I'm from New York, so we had a tough time down there with you guys. But we're starting to look better. We just called up our average age of we had 5 guys under the age of 24 playing for us the other day. We're calling up all the kids, and now we're winning with all these kids as opposed to the Josh Donaldsons and the Anthony Rizzos and all those older guys. So
yeah, I mean it's a good time to be a Georgia sports team
really
fan, unless you're a Falcons fan.
Falcons and when you get the Hawks, you have Trey Young and stuff too. Basketball's still solid.
Yeah, they're still making the playoffs every year.
They've been making the playoffs forever, bro. The Falcons the Hawks were that team that gets in the playoffs as the 6 or 7
LeBron
seed.
put them out in the second round every year. LeBron put them out in the second round
every year, and they had some good with Al Horford in his prime, Jamal Crawford, Josh Smith. They were some fun teams. And then you guys had the hockey team for a while, and they were like Atlanta ain't meant to. Yeah, and they were like Atlanta ain't meant to have a hockey team.
I want to come watch Predators one time.
Bro, Preds games are so much fun. We love Predators games up here.
I mean, if I wasn't born in the South, I might have played hockey.
You're built like a fucking hockey player, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you ice skate?
Hell no.
No, that's the problem. You can fight and hit
I look
people.
like Happy Gilmore out there fucking on ice skating.
That's funny. That's funny, dude. Well, do we have so we're coming up, we're in September now, so new month. Do we have new music coming out?
Yeah. Dropping a song next week. It's called Tore Me Up. It's about when you got this new girl that's just trying to put her love on you, trying to just get you to be in a relationship with her, trying to lock you down. But the last time you were in a relationship, you got it's called Tore Me Up. She tore your heart up and left out of the blue. And
based on a real story?
Yeah. And now it's just like you don't want to let that new girl, even no matter how good she is or how much she wants to love you, just like keeping guards around your heart and how you don't want to just let her come on in because you just don't want to be in that situation again.
Yeah. What is the love situation for Gavin Adcock right now?
I got a girlfriend.
Look at you.
Yeah.
That ain't easy.
Nah, it ain't easy. But we've been doing good. Been dating a couple months.
She into the whole music thing? She gets the being on the road thing and what you got going on right now?
Yeah, she's been coming to some shows and enjoying it. And
that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, she goes to UGA.
So does that mean? Well, I figured she goes. I figured you'd have you an Athens girl.
Yeah.
And I mean, does that mean we're about to get into some more like in relationship kind of songs because that's the chapter of your life? You seem like the kind of guy that's gonna, as the years go on and as your catalog grows, your fans are gonna be able to go through stories very similar. Like I grew up a very big Brantley Gilbert fan. So did McElwain behind the camera, and it's like the stories from Modern Day Prodigal Son to Halfway to Heaven to Just As I Am, like all those were like chapters, and that's why he waited long to put out the records. Plus, that's probably what the label told him to do. But you can feel like the different chapters. I feel like you're going to be a guy that we're going to get to watch you go through your 20s in different chapters because you write about shit that's real to you.
Yeah.
If there's something fucked up that happens, we're going to hear it in the song.
Yeah.
If there's something good, but you're scared to accept that it's good, you're going to have a song like Tore Me Up.
Yeah, I mean, I've been letting out breakup songs for a little while just because it's hard to let out a song like Tore Me Up and then let out something that's real lovey-dovey. So I'm gonna let out another song in October called Made Me Quit. It's a damn rocker.
Cool.
It's
I love the title.
It's got like a Johnny Cash vibe at the beginning, and then it goes into like some like real heavy rock, and it's just got a lot of emotion. But we'll see some love songs coming up in the near future.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, man, it's been a pleasure having you on, dude. I'm very, very excited to catch your show at Rome River Jam in about a month. And I love seeing the content. I love seeing what you're doing, man. I love just seeing. I promise I ain't trying to gas you up or nothing, but like for being a damn Yankee like I am, I've gotten to know the Southern scene very well and gotten to watch guys and girls come out of Georgia and Alabama and the Carolinas and Mississippi and all that stuff. And it's watching what you're doing right now and seeing it all grow organically at the rate that it's growing, and kids singing back the shit and kids hopefully buying the merch if you got merch out right now. You got merch out right now? Yeah. Kids buying those shirts and kids hanging out at the pre-games before going to the pre-games before the UGA game, before the Southern game, before the Bama game. People are hanging out at their frat house, at their sorority house, at the bars. They're listening to your music. You're like, it's all fucking happening, dude. I'm very excited for you. Where can people go to find you on all the socials and shit like that?
Gavin Adcock Music on
you on Twitter or Threads or any of that stuff?
I am. I'm on Twitter.
You say a lot of shit on there?
Oh yeah, I'll be tweeting a couple tweets a day about some bullshit,
Really?
some baked tweets.
Let's get one of those real quick. I want to get. We haven't done this in a while.
Let me find one.
We used to do this back in the early days, in the round days with back when I had Boudreaux co-hosting with me, because he was a big my buddy Tyler used to have probably 7 or 8 burner accounts, and one of them was just dedicated to fucking with fans of Ohio State football, and he would just yell about Ohio State football, and he trash talk the Yankee, he'd do all kinds of shit on there.
I tweeted 2 days ago, nobody gives a fuck, period. I said they really don't want me to say what I want to say. I said they wrote me off, but I never wrote back.
Oh, that's you're putting out lyrics. Those are lyrics right there. Those sound like Gavin Adcock songs.
And then I was hauling some cows the other day, and I sat at this train track for like 45 minutes. I said, life ain't nothing but a goddamn train. Put a little gift on there.
That's good. Well, y'all be sure to follow Gavin on all the socials. Be sure to follow him on Twitter for sure, because the Twitter, I'm about to hop on that. I guess not even Twitter anymore. It's called X or whatever fucking Elon did with it. I don't know. But be sure to follow our boy Gavin Adcock. Be on the look for the music. He's dropping songs at a very fast rate. If you're in the Southeast, I know we got a lot of Georgia folks, a lot of Alabama folks that watch this podcast, listen to it. Get out to a damn show. Check out his music, and you'll be able to say you're one of the folks that was early on this guy before you're watching him sell out rooms like the Georgia Theater and sell out rooms like Iron City, Birmingham, and all those clubs, because he's getting to that level. And very happy to have him on today. Shout out to our friends from Big Friendly Productions. Y'all need some merch, order it through Big Friendly Productions. Of course, our friends at Saxman Studios and our boys at Whale Tail Media. You want to find out more about Raised Rowdy, follow us on all the socials and look up raisedrowdy.com. You liked what you heard? Like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them. And we will see you all next time. For our boy Gavin, our old sweet boy behind the camera, and old Will sitting over there. My name is Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.
Never been the kind for staying in one place for too long. I ain't never been the best at saying I love you to a girl I love. Only got a couple tricks on my sleeve. They usually just make 'em